You live in Michigan during spring break. You never know what kind of weather you're going to get. So sometimes indoors is the best place to be.
Yeah, but inside doesn't have to be boring. Rachelle is live from the WILX Museum to bring us fun stuff to do. Hey, how's it going?
Guys, if I'm being honest, I'm not doing too well with the scavenger hunt, okay? But I did make a really great stop on the way, and I happened to stop by with Randy Thayer, who I caught along the way. He is a volunteer and a board member here at the WILX Museum. How are you, Randy?
I'm doing good. Thanks for coming in today.
Of course, and I'm so glad I got a chance to see you because I know you have a big tie here to the museum. So, Randy, of course, you know, we have all of these trucks, all of these cars that are here. And, you know, there's a lot of work that goes into preserving them, but here at a museum, this is not just something pretty to look at and to touch, but there's a story behind all of it, starting with just the name. So can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, yeah, you know, preserving the history is one thing, but preserving the whole story, as you say, is the other thing. A lot of people know Ransom Eli Olds started Oldsmobile, but before that was actually Olds Motor Works. And before that, his father actually started the original company that only made engines. Wow. And then Ransom Eli Olds started Oldsmobile, but he later sold it and went across the river and started Rio. And Rio is his initials, Ransom Eli Olds.
Okay.
And that was the name of the second car company. It actually made more trucks than cars, and that's what we have here is a few of the trucks on display that were made at Rio. This one's a 1925. Okay. It's actually a dump truck that was made into
a dump
truck in the back. And
well, if you ask me, I would wear this. I would drive this today. This doesn't look like something from 1925.
Yeah, it's
awesome.
It is fully restored though, and as you mentioned, it takes a lot of work to fully restore these. And getting them actually also into drivable condition too. They don't go very fast. None of them did back then, but they are drivable.
Awesome. Yeah. And, you know, before we actually get into all of these different trucks, can you just talk about why, you know, this is such an important part of Lansing's history too as well?
Yeah, well, Lansing really was a very industrialized city in the beginning and specifically focused on the transportation industry. So started making engines and then made some cars and some trucks and did a whole bunch of things related to the transportation industry in the city. So, and it ended up with, I think all of us know, with still a very large General Motors base here manufacturing cars and 2 assembly plants.
That's great, and I'm glad that, you know, obviously there's so much history here, but we've tried to put as much of it as we can right here within the museum. Can you tell me a little bit about this truck that we have over here? This is a green girl.
Yeah, this one's even a little older. You can see by the cab, it didn't even have a cab on it. It's a 1920, so it's 5 years older than that truck. It has an open box on the back. They probably just used it to haul grain.
Wow.
So it was even older. This next one's a truck chassis.
Okay, so this is the oldest, right?
Yeah, this is a 1911. Sometimes they had boxes on the back, sometimes they didn't. This one actually has a seat in the back, but it's built on a truck chassis. That's the oldest one.
That's cool. That surprises me that this one's actually 5 years older, but it's amazing how through the years and through generations how you guys were able to continue making these cars, you know, more and more efficient.
Yep, there were, you know, subtle changes in some ways, and other ways the engines made large improvements over the years as they refined the engines.
That's awesome. Well, in the meantime, as we continue to dive more into the history at the WILX Museum, Randy, why don't you and I take a ride in one of these? Let's see if we can find the next clue, guys. I don't know how well I'm going to do, but we'll check back in with you guys after the break. Ready?
Yep.
All right.
Okay.